Hello, Digidestins. This is Kyle D, better known as Ridemyavatar, bringing you how to counter Yellow Wargreymon in this format. We already know this is probably a deck that you're going to be facing. It's the best deck in the meta that everybody's choosing because it's one of the easier decks to pilot, but it also is a rewarding deck / punishing deck that just does so much because it can recover, call a board. It does everything this deck should be doing. It does whatever deck wants to. But again, this deck just does it so easily. So let's dive right in and let's start talking about it, right? So how to counter it. So to understand how to beat Yellow Wargreymon, you need to know what it deck thinks, what it does, what it needs to do. So first off, Yellow Wargreymon key cards gotta be, of course, Wargreymon being able to once per turn stand itself by taking one of security to swing in and minusing 6,000 DP. I think the restand would have been fine without giving a minus 6,000 DP on top of it. I don't know why Bandai thought that was okay, but again, apparently card devs just love yellow so much it's not even. So again, one of its major key cards is this Angelwomon. Being able to call lower level Digimons is super important. Without this deck, it doesn't have the ability to recover or go wide potential as it does, because again, being able to call out Pulsemon, which gives you, if you're at 3 on the dot, gives you a draw and a gain of memory. Sometimes that's just so much advantage that your opponent can't keep up. Either playing the big Lucemon being a 10k rookie that just recovers 1 on play is just sometimes nasty. Then you have Bushi Agumon to recover back. Bushi Agumon that is a rush that comes in and just gets a free attack in, and sometimes that's all you need to close out that game. And it's just, you don't know what you can do against it. Again, compared to like Wargreymon, the ultimate level that has the same inheritable when attacking, play a green level 3 Digimon from your hand without paying its memory cost is still ridiculous. I think the big issue it comes down to is that, again, Angelwomon does so much, being able to call multiple things because they have a standard. It was just once per turn, maybe it wouldn't be too terrible, but I think it should have came in rest as well. But again, that is department. Another combo line that it becomes very scary is its Wargreymon line that it can sometimes just get really scary with, because again, being able to Digiverse 4 and then Digivolve on top / Angemon, that kills off any 12k without even batting eye. Again, big importance because that 12k is going to wreck house, because that kills any Mega Digimon easily. Digiverse 2, congratulations, and that Patamon underneath that just gains them that free memory. Again, it just doesn't end because they have all this minus, then they get all this consistency that no other deck really has. It just plays so well because it's gotten all its combo pieces just bounce off each other. Another nasty combo in this deck is the Salamon Gatomon line, because again, if you can get Salamon and Gatomon underneath your Wargreymon, that's killing almost an 8,000 EP Digimon that kills most ultimates in this game. So again, you're not in a good spot when it can just kill 8,000 EP ultimates like nothing on a swing. Again, it does require certain setups and pieces, but again, you're playing mostly 4s anyway, so this can be a very plausible strategy. Again, and then also being able to, after you kill their ultimate, if they have a bunch of rookies, just Digivolve right into Boulder Arm, finish off whatever's left. Your opponent has nothing left, and they're like, I really can't come back from this, and it gets really scary really quickly because of it. So what can you do against this deck? Well, how to beat it, plan accordingly with your hand. Don't be scared to keep your ultimate Digimon in your raising area, because if you do, that might help, because again, bringing out your ultimates and then having the on play to kill off their ultimate Digimon that's on play if they leave Angelwomon without having a mega, perfect. Now you can go in and just take away from them a little bit of punishment for them not keeping theirs away from you, or something lower that they're trying to climb up with, killing the rookies, anything like that just does out. Then you have memory choking is so viable in this strategy, because of the fact of the matter is being able to memory choke your opponent for 1 memory sometimes does help out really well, because again, keeping them at 1 makes it so that they have to pass turn their Wargreymons, or they have to use blinding ray just to gain the memory, but now they're losing out on another security that they can easily get back, but sometimes they can't act. So again, being able to then blinding ray, forcing their Wargreymon to restand swing, being able to take another memory, they're not gaining as much. They lost 2 that turn just to gain 1. Sometimes, yes, you can get the Lucemon off twice, and then yeah, you get them both back, and that's kind of annoying, but it does happen where keeping them at 1 is just such a viable strategy. Step 3, kill off megas and ultimates as soon as possible. Killing the Angelwomon keeps it so they don't be able to build this wide board, and Wargreymon doesn't come out as often. But again, a smart yellow player will keep the Wargreymon in the back, just wait for the right opportunity to bring it out, and then just dominate the board again. But then just be prepared to, if they are holding it back, know that it's going to come out soon, and then you'll just kill it off. So pay attention to that. Step 4, I wish that we had a mulligan in this game, but do not pray. Again, super important is that you only get one time to be able to give your opponent heavy memory in this against yellow Greymon, is that if you are going first, you can slap down 5. Don't go above that. Don't go any higher than that. Don't pass go. I'm telling you this right now. Anything else will be punished really greatly, because at least if you get the ultimate out, they're only going to get to an ultimate themselves, and depending on the ultimate they go to, you can get a mega that just sits above the threshold of lethal, just right where you need it. So pay attention to that and don't overextend. Step 5, they will get to a point where their damage is low. Again, keep them low, because again, they can't keep risking without having to recover, and they only have so many recovering options unless they play a lot more. Again, there are some decks that do play the Magna and Magna German. So again, be very careful. If they are playing that, then they'll go back up to 5, and you're like, oh, that progress just went all out the window. Well, that's just sometimes the name of the game. Step 6, get your memory tamer out ASAP, because they're going to choke you back, and they're going to not care about choking. Because again, you're going to be playing with less on a field, because unless you're a turbo build, you are struggling to keep up with them. Because again, they'll just kill your board, and then you can't get to a certain point, because again, their board is cleared all the time. Again, remember to get your memory tamer out ASAP, and always the deck is doing. Always check the meta, check doing with it. So let's see. Let's look at key cards that might help up in the matchup against yellow Wargreymon. Let's take a look at what purple brings to options for themselves. They have Trump Swords, Hellgate. Being able to remove cards like their megas and their ultimates really does help out, because being able to cast it for free with Metal Gurumon's Digiburst, or in the case of Digivolving on top of Plutomon to get the Hell's Gate for free to kill off their mega or big guy, is just really nice, because again, now they have to restart. And again, Hell's Gate is just super nasty. It's just a bad card if revealed early game, great in the late, bad in the early. Necrophobia does help out bringing your ultimates back that they keep killing, and Nailbone at least keeps your board wide, getting you another blocker or a rookie to try to keep up with their retirement style. So again, just play to your strengths, know what option cards you do have in your decks. Plutomon, like I said, surprisingly helps out in this matchup, because it uses Hell's Gate and Necrophobia, 3 pluses to draw, especially if you play the doggos, especially being able to play the rush doggo, get that back, call it out, swing in for security. Again, being able to rush is where they don't like you to do, because again, they will lose to that. Then you have Metal Gurumon, like I said before, it's Digiburst. Being able to pretty much play options, 2 options in a turn with him, and then just Digivolve right into a Millenniumon is really good, because again, you can build a board, then rewind their Wargreymon back. Really nothing, because again, if you keep that Metal Gurumon in the back, just bring it out, Nailbone, or Nailbone Trump Sword, just Necrophobia, Nailbone, just to get you somewhere. Again, then they don't have a way of dealing with 3 new cards when you just spit out a board. Again, they don't like it. Millenniumon, like I said, very much important in this deck, at least 2 of. I don't see many more played more above that. But being able to rewind your opponent's Digimon back and being able to stop a Wargreymon because it dies in the security stack, because it only gets the 12 on their turn. It's not like Lord Nightmon or Shine Greymon where it gets massively big and can't just die to a security check. Well, at least with this, it does. Again, there's not many things that Millenniumon can do to help you, but again, being able to rewind, drop their stack off, lose their Wargreymon back to the bottom of the deck where they can't grab it is really good. And even though even deleting it fine, but at least it stops like Boulder Arms on plays on deletion effects, because that is always scary. You got green. Green does have Needle Spray and Flower Cannon, being able to rest their Digimon, especially when they're trying to kill you on the freestands or anything like that, and your security, it goes off, it's in their board, sometimes just really does do the trick. But green also has the advantage of being able to, with its green Digimon, it does have a lot of ways of resting their Digimon and then just attacking into it. Green is probably yellow's worst nightmare sometimes, because again, green just doesn't care what you build. With Nidhogg rewinding boards and giving them 5 memory just to nab, great advantage, because you just reset their board state. It's just nasty. Hercules Kabuterimon's ability to rest on a Digimon it can swing into is super important, because again, with its piercing skill, kill, you just Digiburst 2, swing into their security, nab security, and lose their Wargreymon because they can't just deal with it. And then again, Grand Kawagamon OTK is super scary again. Because it can wipe out 6 security stacks in one turn. They don't like that. That can just lead to a game state that they just don't want to deal with. Again, being able to also Grand Kawagamon, because they do sit low, sometimes it's 3. You swing in, kill off their security stack, and then congratulations, you evolve into Chaosmon that has the Pierce. And with Chaosmon being able to unsuspend itself and then it can attack your opponent's Digimon. Again, being able to clear off a big guy again or a blocker. Again, clearing out that 6 security is just nasty. Blue has really nice advantages in itself because, again, it's got Titus Breath, Aqua Viper, being able to bounce big threats away or wide board away does help out because now they have to replay it. They lose out their rookies. Losing their rookies is super bad for them because, again, if they have 2 blockers out, Aqua Viper can bounce the 2 blockers back. Now they have to hard cast them again because, again, not many options give them a way of bringing back their rookies. So again, you just bounce them back. Titus Breath also helps to bounce out that Wargreymon back to hand, which, yes, it's only just a matter of time back. But you also have Hammer Spark that just gets you out of those choke points that they're imported mons like Zed Garurumon in Turbo Omnimon allows you to bounce pesky level 5s back to hand to help get you another turn that you might not always have. Again, pay attention to that, or bouncing back that blocker, like I said. Not letting them climb back up is super important. Any of the Spirit Digimon in blue helps out because, again, you'll be playing Davis or a Blue Tamer of any sort, and then Digivolving on top of it just gets you that final lethal that they weren't expecting you to have because you could just double Hammer Spark. Congratulations, Digivolve, wing in. Oh, wow, they don't have any options to do because they lost because they weren't planning on that final attack. It had enough to stop everything, but now they don't. Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode can restand the board and swing with jamming units. Digimon that just makes anyone want to cry in a corner. It's just too much aggro for them because, again, you're not losing any Digimon until they minus you. And again, you could just choke them out and then just keep a Imperial Dramon in your evolution stack in your raising area. Pull it out, Imperial Dramon, and then Imperial Dragon Mode and Digivolve on top of it, swinging in for 3 attacks in one turn, and your opponent's just gonna cry because, again, you now have them at 3 or they're at 2, and that Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode just wiped out their board. Well, wiped out their game winning chances. So again, jamming does help out in the long run. Red has some nice options in Atomic Inferno, Gaia Force, and Trident Revolver. With Gaia Force and Trident Revolver being able to knock things out of their board, like their ultimate, their champions, or less with, in the case of Trident Revolver, Gaia Force being as annoying as Gaia Force is, if it ever shows up at security, they cry a bit because, again, they lose out on the attacks that they wanted. Again, being able to have it also in Atomic Inferno especially helps out getting that game finisher, especially revealed in that security check the turn prior, giving all your mons 30+1, but also just doing what it needs to do with giving one of your Spirit Digimon another boost. Again, that's all you want to do because Red wants to push for lethal as soon as possible. Red mons that help out, especially in Red Omnimon Turbo, pretty much basically the most viable version of the deck. So you have Victory Greymon, Geo Greymon that helps kill Digimon in either champion level or ultimate level since they both delete a Digimon with the correct DP. Geo Greymon will kill 6,000 or less, so kills a blocker for Digiburst, and Victory Greymon kills ultimates of 8,000 DP or less. So again, being able to kill off blockers, or in the case of Victory Greymon killing off that Antiwomon, just really does help. Again, Blitz Greymon also helps out because de-digivolving their stack down, again, helps really much because, again, that Wargreymon now is only a, what would it be, depending on situation, could be really scary. They had the Wargreymon and they Digiburst 2 away. Now it dies instantly because that Digi brings it right to death because, again, it has to it can't go to class, but it can't stay at its ultimate level because forces and it off and dies. So again, definitely pay attention to how you blitz them. This really could come to game. Spirit Digimon also help in the same way with blue, being able to Digivolve on Timer to get final last poke. And then let's talk about black. Has Infinity Cannon, Breath of the Gods to help in the matchup because Breath of the Gods help prevent your Digimon from dying to minus effect, which you definitely want to have. And then Infinity Cannon just helps bring back a Digimon in a higher end back to rookie, or some cases just delete that because the fact of the matter is they Digiburst away with Wargreymon and goes right to baby. boom, baby died. Now that's kind of a good way of clearing out some Digimon. D-Brigade also has really nice importance because D-Brigade with Darkdramon being able to put Digimon back on top of their stack and having 5 Digimon back and then playing 13 costs for 3 with Rush can sometimes just win you that final push game that you wanted. Again, it's not the most best deck, but it does definitely come a mile sometimes just because, again, you can reset the board how you want because now your top deck is exactly how you need it, because now you can Digivolve, draw, Digi. Now you don't have this bad situation where you lost everything, but now you didn't lose anything. Your Darkdramon just brought it all back to you, and you just draw, Digivolve, and do all stuff like that. And Black Wargreymon punch decks are all about punching your opponent's Digi-security for 3 quite easily, just because you'll go up, get the power bonus, you'll just keep swinging again with other cards underneath it, and then just Digibursting to just deal lethal for 5 security checks. And just sometimes that's just enough, because remember, they always keep at this slow 3, and being able to take out 3 with nothing but your Digimon sources is just really good. Again, just remember to play the deck well, and being a pilot and just knowing the deck's weakness is just 9/10 of the battle. So again, hopefully you guys do find this video informative. If there's any other meta decks you want to give a little more pointer to, let me know down in the comments. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.